Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Over the weekend, a Ukrainian security official reported that Kyiv destroyed more than 40 Russian aircrafts in a drone strike deep inside Russian territory, a mission that took over a year and a half to plan and was personally overseen by President Volodymyr Zelensky. In response, Russia launched its largest drone attack of the war, firing 472 drones and 7 missiles across Ukraine. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, the strikes resulted in the deaths of at least 12 Ukrainian service members and injured more than 60 others at a military training unit. Meanwhile, Ukraine has sent a delegation to Istanbul for a new round of peace talks, with President Zelensky reaffirming the country's commitment to defending its independence and people. A powerful eruption at Italy's Mount Etna on Monday sent tourists fleeing as a massive plume of hot gas, ash, and rock shot several miles into the sky, marking the volcano's most significant activity since 2014. Video posted online showed long lines of visitors scrambling down the slopes, with one tour company confirming 40 people were on the mountain at the time. The eruption, which began overnight, caused explosive sounds heard up to over 31 miles away and triggered a partial collapse of the volcano's southeast crater. While nearby airports remain open, some flights from Catania have been diverted due to safety concerns. Mount Etna, one of the world's most active volcanoes, draws 1.5 million visitors annually. The FDA has approved a new COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna called mNEXSpike, offering a second option for protection against the virus but with limited eligibility. Unlike the company's current shot, this next-generation vaccine uses a refined immune target, allowing for a lower dose, just 1/5 the amount, while still aiming to protect those at higher risk of severe illness. Moderna CEO Stephanie Bancel called it an important new tool in the fight against COVID-19. The vaccine is approved for adults 65 years and older, as well as individuals aged 12 to 64 with certain health conditions that increase their risk. Tensions are rising at Market Basket just days after CEO Arthur T. Demoulas and other top executives were placed on paid leave by the supermarket chain's board of directors. The board claims Demoulas was plotting to disrupt operations in retaliation for leadership being asked to cooperate more closely with them, a charge fiercely denied by Grocery Director Tom Gordon and Director of Operations Joe Schmidt. Board member Michael Keyes accused Demoulas of withholding critical information for years and resisting transparency. Schmidt pushed back, saying Demoulas has provided information, just not in a way the board may prefer. Succession is also at the heart of the conflict, with 70-year-old Demoulas wanting his children to take over one day, a plan Keyes criticized, saying the board doesn't know the heirs. Gordon countered, blaming the board for not engaging with them. This internal power struggle echoes the dramatic 2014 standoff when Demoulas was ousted by rival family members, prompting mass walkouts, empty store shelves, and a customer boycott, until a $1.5 billion deal, brokered with help from then Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, restored him to power. Get ready for more record-breaking heat. Global temperatures are expected to soar over the next 5 years, pushing the planet toward more extreme weather and climate disasters, according to a new forecast from the World Meteorological Organization. Scientists say there's an 80% chance Earth will see its hottest year on record by 2029, and a 70% chance the 5-year average will exceed the 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming threshold set by the Paris Climate Agreement. Experts warn the rising heat will fuel stronger hurricanes, deadlier heat waves, more intense droughts, wildfires, and flooding. Arctic ice melting and sea levels will also start rising faster than ever. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Cooking is the leading cause of home fires. Unattended cooking is the leading cause of these fires and related deaths. Therefore, keep a close eye on your cooking. If you must leave the kitchen, bring a utensil with you as a reminder of your efforts. Set a timer for food taking longer to cook. Turn pot handles towards the back of the stove. Keep a lid nearby when cooking. If a small grease fire starts, slide the lid over the pan and shut off the burner. You can take an active role in your safety. Cooking safety starts with you.
Welcome back. On Sunday, June 1st, Braintree celebrated its third annual Pride Festival at Watson Park, drawing crowds for a vibrant and family-friendly day of community support and celebration. The event ran from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and featured live music, food trucks, yard games, a bounce house, and dozens of local vendors. A number of local officials were also in attendance, joining residents in showing support for the LGBTQ+ community. Prior to the event, town officials raised the pride flag in front of Town Hall for the month of June. Braintree is bringing the music back to Sunset Lake this summer with its annual summer concert series, hosted by the Braintree Recreation Department. Kicking off June 24th with Curra's Fancy, the lineup features crowd favorites including The Reminiscence on July 1st, Wolfpack on July 8th, Gainesville Road on July 15th, the Wiley Brothers on July 22nd, That 60s Band on July 29th, Gina Mark on July 31st, and wraps up with Magic Moments on August 5th. For more details on summer programs, visit the Braintree Recreation Department's website or call 781-794-8900. The Braintree Senior Center is offering a full slate of weekly programs and special events for residents 60 years and older. Weekly offerings include daily fitness classes, men's coffee hour on Mondays, game day on Tuesdays, the Asian Outreach Group on Wednesdays, and movie day on Fridays. Special one-day events include bingo on June 4th at 1 p.m., learn to play pool on June 5th at 12:30 p.m., and the Cornhole League will meet on June 9th at 1 p.m. All programs will take place at the Braintree Senior Center, and you can call them to sign up at 781-848-1963. The Norfolk County Recovery Fest is coming to Braintree on Saturday, June 14th, offering a free day of music, hope, and community connection. Held from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Braintree Public Safety Complex on Washington Street, the event will feature live performances from local bands, family-friendly activities including a zip line, free food, and a competitive cornhole tournament hosted by Massachusetts Young People in Recovery. Organized to support those impacted by addiction and to celebrate recovery, the fest will also feature dozens of vendors from the recovery community, offering resources and support. All are welcome to attend this uplifting and informative event. Food Truck Wednesdays have begun in Braintree for the summer. It started on May 7th and is running weekly through August 27th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Highlands Blue Playground near South Street and Cats Academy. Hosted in partnership with the South Shore Food Truck Association, the event will feature a rotating lineup of local food trucks, offering residents a chance to enjoy dinner picnic style on the lawn. Organizers encourage attendees to bring blankets and check the association's social media pages each week for updates on which trucks will be serving. The town of Braintree kicked off its annual hydrant flushing program on May 5th. Running Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. through the end of August. Officials warned residents they may experience dirty water during the flushing process and asked for patience, advising people to avoid doing laundry during flushing hours and to check that water runs clear before using washing machines. If water appears dirty, residents should run cold water until it clears and then run an empty washing machine cycle. Signs will be posted in affected areas, and the town reminds residents it is not responsible for any laundry damage caused during the maintenance work. For questions or concerns, residents can contact the Water and Sewer Office at 781-794-8097. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
The library has some exciting programs coming up, and of course they are all free. Thursday, May 29th is an early release day for Braintree Public Schools. so kids aged 7 to 12 can do some hands-on robotics with CodeWhiz that day. CodeWhiz will provide the know-how and the robots. Space is limited to 20, so please register your child on the library's online event calendar at thayerpubliclibrary.org/events. The evening of Thursday, May 29th at 6 p.m. is a murder mystery party. It is set in an enchanted forest. The teen librarian, Courtney Trudeau, directs this group of Braintree teen actors. Will you be able to guess who the murderer is? Registration is required. Register with library staff at 781-848-0405, extension 4417, or on our online event calendar at thayerpubliclibrary.org/events. The night of the murder mystery party. Check-in begins at 6 p.m. and you'll receive a group assignment and a party packet. Doors will close at 6:30 to start the party, so don't be late. Dressing up is optional, so wear your best whimsical attire if you so desire. Light refreshments will be served. For adults who love to craft, come to the Craft Supply Swap. Join us Saturday, May 31st from 11 to 3:30 p.m. for our first craft supply swap. Start the spring fresh by bringing new or gently used arts and crafts materials to swap for new to you supplies. Each person may bring in up to 2 bags. Bring your extra fabrics, yarn, decorative paper, pattern, tools, paint, beads, and other arts and crafts materials. Donations are not required to participate. We recommend you bring a reusable tote to take home the items you choose. Many library resources are available to you at home 24/7. A very useful one for students is Peterson's Test Prep, which teens can use to do SAT prep for free. Peterson's has full-length practice exams to improve SAT scores, plus tutorials to build foundational knowledge. An info session for parents and teens will be offered at the library on Wednesday, June 4th at 7 p.m. with Courtney Trudeau, the teen librarian. In less than 1 hour, learn how Peterson's Test Prep can help students prepare not just for the SAT, but AP, ACT, GRE, and other exams too. All you need is a library card. On Saturday, June 14th, library staff will be at the opening day of Braintree's Farmers Market, right across the street from the library. The Farmers Market is open Saturdays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's wonderful fresh produce and treats from a variety of vendors. Come see us at the community table. Spin the wheel to win a prize. Pick up information about this year's summer reading program for all ages and chat with our librarians. At 11 a.m., come over for our outdoor story time for young children with me, Miss Elizabeth. Library summer hours start on Monday, June 16th and end on Labor Day. Thayer Public Library will be open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays. The library is closed on Saturdays during the summer. Call us at 781-848-0405 or visit thayerpubliclibrary.org. There's always something happening at Thayer Public Library.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. What started as a classroom concept at Quincy High School has now become a reality, as students recently completed the construction of a fully built tiny home. This marks the culmination of a years-long hands-on learning project. Initially launched by the Builders and Remodelers Association in partnership with the Quincy Chamber of Commerce, the initiative grew into a collaborative effort driven by Quincy High students, educators, and alumni. The project is being hailed as a full-circle achievement for both the school and the local trades community. A massive crane tipped over in a parking lot near Legion Memorial Park in Weymouth, creating a major mess on Friday. Police say the crane operator had pulled in near the tennis courts to make a repair, but forgot to set one of the stabilizers before swinging the crane, causing it to topple. The incident caused significant damage to the sidewalk and minor damage to a nearby fence. Weymouth Fire responded to the scene and has called in OSHA to investigate. No injuries were reported. A piece of South Shore military history is being brought back to life as the Shea Naval Aviation Museum prepares to reopen on Flag Day, June 14th in Weymouth. Housed in a distinctive white concrete building with a wing-like roofline, the museum honors the legacy of Naval Air Stations South Weymouth and Squantum. Volunteers, many of them veterans or relatives of those who served, have been working tirelessly to restore the space after it closed in 2017. The museum, rich with artifacts and stories from the Cold War and World War II eras, aims to preserve a patriotic chapter of aviation history that once played a key role in monitoring Russian submarines off the New England coast. Looking for some summer fun? Randolph is hosting 2 exciting community events and everyone is invited. First up, Randolph Day is happening on Saturday, June 21st from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Zapusas Arena parking lot on North Street. The afternoon will be packed with family-friendly activities including Touch a Truck, community tables, safety demos, a foam party, food trucks, and more. No registration is required. Then on Thursday, July 3rd, don't miss the night before the 4th, parade and fireworks. The parade kicks off on North Main Street and the fireworks show follows right after. For more information, visit randolph-ma.gov. The Registry of Motor Vehicles is rolling out a commemorative license plate to celebrate 250 years of American independence. The specialty plate, part of the state's Massachusetts 250 festivities, features a patriotic blue background, the year 1776 encircled by 13 stars, and the phrase 250 years of independence along the bottom in red and white. Governor Maura Healey praised the design, saying it's a great way for residents to show pride in the Commonwealth's revolutionary roots and continued commitment to freedom and liberty. The limited edition plate is available for a 2-year period and can be ordered now at mass.gov/myrmv for a total cost of $100, which includes a $60 registration fee and a $40 specialty plate charge. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in sports and entertainment. Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now here's Chris Curran with the latest on Braintree High School sports.
Braintree boys volleyball end the season in the 8th seed after finishing 15-5. They end the season on a 6-game win streak and hope to bring that momentum into the playoffs, which they do in the first round, beating the 25th seed Arlington 3-1. Moving into the second round, they play Monday versus the 9th seed Acton-Boxborough. Let's see highlights from the Arlington game. Arlington was able to start the first set off 5-1. Braintree was able to reel them back in and take the lead. This set was played close and ended 25-22 Braintree. Like the first set, the second set was also played close through the whole thing. But this time Arlington was able to come out on top, 25-22. Braintree must have figured out what Arlington was doing because in the third set it was a blowout. 25-15 Braintree. In the fourth set, Braintree was able to get multiple large leads. At one point, it was 21-12 Braintree. Arlington was able to get it to 24-20 before they ended up losing.
Oh, what a block. As this one pushed towards the net and over. Braintree will set again. Gutierrez hammers it down.
The baseball team ended with the 8th seed after finishing 12-8 on the season. They also won the Fredericks Memorial Tournament at the end of the season, beating Westwood and Boston College High School. They go on to play the 25th seed Springfield Central on Monday in the round of 32. The girls lacrosse team finishes in the 19th seed with a record of 12-8, but they had never beaten a team that finished with a winning record, which is why they rank so low even with the winning record. They ended up losing in the round of 32 to the 14th seed Belmont 12-6. The softball team finished as the 36th seed with a 4-16 record. The boys lacrosse team finished in the 38th seed with a 3-15 record, and the rugby team finished in the 9th out of 11 with a 1-5 record. All these teams ended up missing the playoffs. Let's send it back to Martha in the studio.
Thanks, Chris. Now here's some movie recommendations to check out. First, Karate Kid Legends unites the iconic martial arts masters of one of the most beloved film franchises of all time to tell a completely new story full of action and heart. When Kung Fu prodigy Li Fong relocates to New York City with his mother to attend a prestigious new school, he finds solace in a new friendship with a classmate and her father. But his newfound peace is short-lived after he attracts unwanted attention from a formidable local karate champion. Driven by a desire to defend himself, Li embarks on a journey to enter the ultimate karate competition. Guided by the wisdom of his kung fu teacher, Mr. Han, and the legendary Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso, Li merges their unique styles to prepare for an epic martial arts showdown. The film stars Ben Wang, Jackie Chan, and Ralph Macchio. Karate Kid Legends you can see now in theaters. Up next, DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon on the rugged Isle of Berk, where Vikings and dragons have been bitter enemies for generations, Hiccup stands apart. The inventive yet overlooked son of Chief Stoic the Vast, Hiccup defies centuries of tradition when he befriends Toothless, a feared night fury dragon. Their unlikely bond reveals the true nature of dragons, challenging the very foundations of Viking society. Together, they must navigate the delicate path towards peace, soaring beyond the boundaries of their worlds and redefining what it means to be a hero and a leader. The film stars Mason Thames, Nico Parker, and Gerard Butler. DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon will be out in theaters on June 13th. And finally, Straw. A single mother watches her desperate day spiral into chaos, becoming the prime suspect in a crime she never meant to commit. And suddenly, her survival depends on the one thing she's never been able to trust, the people around her. The film stars Taraji P. Henson, Tyler Perry, and Tiana Taylor. It will be released on Netflix on June 6th. That'll do it for news today. Remember, if you're a customer of Verizon, you can watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128. You can also now see us in high definition on Comcast on channel 1073. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.